Hello again, I'm Charles Slade doing some telling about selling your business success. Passionate people who start their own businesses are usually their own best salesmen, but as the company grows, something's got to give. They'll soon need all sorts of help with all sorts of processes, or they'll be selling themselves short.
Age 22, I started my own business. I was a classic technician, man in a van style. Had no idea about business, couldn't even turn a computer on.
10 years ago, Joshua Nichols started an electrical business from his bedroom in the family home.
Here I was on the phone trying to talk to big A-grade customers, as I call them, and then suddenly the dog would start barking in the background and they were like, "What's that?" And I'm like, I had to explain it to them, so it was quite embarrassing. But as far as separating work from home, that was a really important thing for me, and just taking the plunge to buy our workshop that we have today.
That same workshop turns over more than $3 million today. In just 4 years, Platinum Electrical Contractors has grown a staggering 790% and has a dedicated staff of 30. But I imagine at the time that was a huge financial commitment that must have caused some strains.
Massive financial commitment. None of the banks would lend me except for Westpac. They were the ones who gave me a go.
What do you recall about that period? Because I imagine it was kind of stressful.
Yes, it was stressful. I used to complain because Josh was out on the field and then we'd be on our way to a restaurant and then a customer would call and we'd have to turn around and he'd say, I'm sorry, it'll improve one day. And it has now, but yeah, it was quite stressful.
So I do have quite a list of prospects here.
Alana Nichols is the other half of this youthful and remarkable success story.
And that's basically Josh is a big visionary and he says, this sounds great, and says, Alana, go make that happen. That's my official role. But I love it. I love working on systems and developing the business. I love, like both of us, I guess, like seeing the inadequacies and fixing those.
So what was the next step that turned this from a lovely idea with a big debt into a really functioning business?
Usually when people give up, they're just around the corner from success. So I never had it in me to give up, but there was plenty of times where I'm going, what on earth have I got myself into? So, yeah. You must have a healthy balance between business life and family life. Create a great team environment and recruit attitude over skill. Constantly work on systems and procedures. Spend money and time to develop a strong corporate identity. Always look for the best technology to minimise non-billable hours through efficiency. Today where Cameron is.
Yep.
My whole goal is to work myself out of each area of the business. So basically I built the role up, along with the help of my wife, to build the systems and the procedures, and then to be able to employ someone to go into that position. And then we've just slowly done that through every part of the business to where we have today, where I've actually worked myself out right out of the business completely. So
the Platinum Electrical Workplace runs on cutting-edge technology managed by a dedicated staff, who are now joined by another group of tradies, plumbers. It's a growing concern, adding yet another piece to the Platinum prize-winning product.
The grand plan now is we're about a month from recruiting franchisees, so we're actually looking to franchise the company.
This sort of business franchises?
Yeah, so it's over in the UK and the US, it's absolutely massive in the trades area, but in Australia it hasn't gone so big yet, so I want to be the ones to get it up and on its feet. I think every business owner, their main key should be to get themselves in a position where they can work on their business and not in. If you're working in your business, basically you're below deck throwing coal on the fire instead of up on deck steering the ship. So their business becomes almost an expensive job with a lot of pressure and a lot of stress.